Welcome everyone to our Thursday spiritual focus training. And all I wanted to start off with is to let y'all know, in case you haven't noticed or found out already, I am doing a daily 10 a.m. commands session on Zoom. And I just started it on Tuesday morning. And oh yeah, Tuesday morning at 10 Pacific. You can find the link, the Zoom link, on the important links document. And we basically do commands for like 10-15 minutes, and then we visit and have fellowship for the remaining of the hour. So I'm just inviting you guys. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing for the weekend, because I usually go to my energy doctor on Saturday, and Sundays my husband's usually up, and since he's a sleeper, it's not easy. So I'm trying to find a sub for the weekend.
Sunday.
You want to do Sunday every Sunday?
Sunday, I can't do. Yeah, I can do that. I can't do Saturdays though.
Right on. Okay, so Patricia's going to do Sundays, and I have I think I have a rotation, or I might move my appointment to 10:15 instead of 10. That way I can do it at 10 and then just go to my doctor at 10:15. So that's what I'm working on right now. I would love to see you. We've had between, I don't know, almost 90 people and up to 200. So it's been really, really fun. So just to invite you on that, and then I'm going to go ahead and let Patricia take it from here. Thank you guys for coming, Amanda, Patricia, and Dom, and all the rest of you.
Thank you, Tracy. I love you, honey. I'm not sure. I'm going to put Dom on the spot, but we've had a conversation with Dom a couple days ago, and he brought up such an awesome idea to help spread inspiration throughout the membership. So I don't know if you would like to, Dom, share your idea about putting inspirational quotes all over the place. So come on up here and share with the group, please.
You don't actually want me to get up and walk over to you a couple screens over, do you?
You know what? I would love to have a hug. I can't wait for that day.
Let me reach over.
All right, there you go. Thank you,
welcome.
Dom.
You're welcome. So, good evening, everybody, and good day, depending on where you're at. Thanks for everyone being here. I did have a conversation the other day with our strategy team group. And one of the thoughts in mind of many that we talk about has to do with this awareness of our spiritual selves. And Ron has made it, abundantly clear for us that, we really all need to be in a position of more or less a neutral state in our being, knowing who we are. And I have learned this in my process and in my journey here with Ron and with LWS. And so we were thinking, and a thought came to mind to me to bring up to the group, that what if we were to start a process of sending out subliminal, but yet very upbeat and positive spiritual messages all around the globe? And how would we do that? Well, it's abundantly clear that the social media sites were very skeptical in having messages like that in the past, but it's seemed to have changed, and it's offering a lot more opportunities to do it in the future. And so, for example, I have never been on Twitter, but yet Twitter has a following, millions and millions of people, and quite frankly, quite a large degree of those people probably could use a little bit of spiritual affirmation from time to time. And so what if I were to, for example, set up a Twitter account and just start sending these messages out? Now, would I necessarily get thousands of people responding back to me? Probably not initially, and a comment like that was brought up, and I said, well, I'm also a member of Truth Social, and Truth Social has 80 million followers. And what if, in fact, we were to just, our whole purpose in our group was to just send these messages out? And what I mean by that is, every day, every so often, we'll get affirmation messages put on, different social media sites. And many of them, when I grab a hold of them, are really good. really upbeat, very spiritual in nature on some of them. And I started thinking, well, what if we were to just send these out? And let's just say I sent one out and I got 5 or 6 people to respond, make a comment about it. But let's just say 200 people in this group did it and got 10 responses. Or for that matter, the membership of over 20,000 members were to each send out a daily message. And all I'm saying is to just send the message out, let it kind of plant itself in the ground and see what grows from it. At a time where there is a lot of discord and just uncertainty with a lot of people on these social media sites, probably could be an interesting test to see if we can get a positive response from it. So anyways, I thought about that. And so I, just as a test, I sent out a little video affirmation message to the group that we were talking about it, just to see how it would, the response I would get from it. So didn't get very many responses, but I did get some people interested enough to want to look at it. And I think that's the purpose, is for us to have an expansive thought that's beyond just our own individual thoughts, maybe even our own group thoughts for a few of you that might be, grouping together in this. But what if we were actually spread that to people that really do need it? And who knows? I mean, there's a creativity factor in this that I think is important to understand, because we're being asked to offer ourselves this neutrality in these spiritual Zoom calls we're doing, as a way for us to then open up our creativity. And something as simple as a message is just, that can be nothing deemed but upbeat. I don't know if people would cause that to be taken off the sites, but I don't think so at this point. I think at this point that we could be interested in looking for any type of good message that we can, compared to all the negative messaging that's out there. So anyways, that was the thought in mind. I don't know if there's any response to that. It's really our choice to do it or not. It's not one that we all should as a group decide on to do it or not to do it. But I think it could offer some value if we thought for a moment that, especially this month being a so-called important month for us, but also a celebratory month of just coming out of Thanksgiving for us here in the States, but also into the holiday seasons for many of us. I bet you there'd be a lot of people looking for something like this. In fact, I'd be willing to make a small wager that some people in this group right now would love to see something like that. And so instead of us saying, look, just wait to get something from someone, maybe we can actually initiate and do it ourselves. And then if we can add to the grouping, who knows, maybe that'll filter some more people in here. And not that we need to increase the numbers, but we do need to increase the spiritual awareness. And so that was my point in that. And didn't know what anybody thought about it. So I see the comments in the chat and I appreciate that, but that was what we discussed and thought it could be beneficial for everybody.
Thanks, Don. I love the idea myself. There's nothing, I mean, how many times have we been in a, I don't know, kind of way, and we just heard this song or had this saying, come into our mind, or we saw a meme. The war will be won by memes. So yeah, let's do some inspirational memes and get that out there. I love the idea, Don. I love it a lot. And it inspired me. I'm okay. I see 2 people with hands up. I'm going to let you respond to Dom, and then we're going to move into, because it inspired me to prepare something today. Amanda and I would like to give a gift to the group before we begin. So I'm going to let Sarah, you were up, and Dag, you were up.
Okay, I hope you can hear me.
I can hear
Okay.
you beautiful.
Okay, great. Thank you, because I'm got a different device on. I love this idea. I would like some mini kind of training if somebody could help me with. I love a lot of the inspirational stuff that I have seen in the Telegram chat, but I don't know how to take the memes and put them where, I have about 30 people following me on Instagram and probably about the same on Truth Social. I mean, I think that's a great idea. I wish I had thought of that. I mean, why shouldn't we do that? We should be doing that. I mean, especially this type of season for us. And I'm going to throw something else out there that I did the night before last. I don't know if y'all have, this is a different app. Does anybody know what I mean when I say Nextdoor app? Okay, it's or neighborhood app. It's a neighborhood app, and it's I mean, you can download it, and usually it gives you kind of neighborhood type of news if a family needs help or something like that. So the heck with it. One of the things that I think it probably is Don that brought up was, why not try to do more of a volunteer and get in there, do what we can do now before we get the money. So, okay, I've been thinking about that for a while. And Patricia, I had the brain idea, come. And so I put it on this little neighborhood Nextdoor app. And those of you who know what I'm talking about will know. And don't be afraid to check it out, because that's another good place to reach out, especially local. And I said, I have an idea. I want to reach out to people. We know that we're in need. We know the economy tanks. It's not going to, it could get worse, but hopefully it'll get better. But in the meantime, why don't we try and start a barter exchange? It has blown up. My phone has blown up. People want to do that. Now, I do have some people that will say, well, you can't spend more than $600. I'm going, well, value to have somebody come in and fix my toilet and me give them like 2 jars of jam. If it's a senior, because a lot of them on there are seniors. I mean, it has just blown up. And I've gotten to meet a lot of people, a lot of creative ideas. I've got some people that are kind of Debbie Downers in the respect, and my sister's Debbie, so I hate using that word, but they're saying, well, won't the IRS go after you? And I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. I just threw it out there, and I've got people coming together, figuring out how they could do this. It's just blown me away. And I just wanted to put it out there in case anybody else wants to try it and do it.
Well, Sarah, let me say this is awesome, and what you're doing and what we're all doing here when we do this is opening up our creativity. It's just the expansive knowledge that's in there, and the ability to just do it is amazing. So here was another thought with regard to what I was saying with that. So this time of year, it's a celebratory thing for us, and it's a setup for the next year when we're coming in. What if we were to pick a day for all of us, and to then go in the process, do a little homework assignment, and go find a candlelight meme, just a single candle meme of some kind, a picture, a quick video, but it's a candle one. And then on that day that we choose as a group, everybody sends one out to as many of their sites as they possibly would like to do. Send them out by the hundreds, and maybe even try to set it up prior to it and say, I'm going to do this candle beam for all of us at a time where we can have appreciation for who we are and what we bring. I'm going to do this on this day. If anyone wants to join me, go find a candle picture or video, and let's post it all over the map as much and as quickly as we can. What if we did something simple like that? Everyone can get involved, and then I just challenge you to feel the joy that will make you feel, because I know it gives me happiness. And something simple, Sarah, to what you said, is all we need to do if we just step into it together. So I don't know, just a thought, but great comments here.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, there's also an organization that I plan on bringing into my CAS is timebank.org. Because with that, it's time. Everyone's time is the same value. A doctor, a janitor, it's an hour's time. And so in bartering, there's expectations of return. But let's say I need somebody to walk my dog. And people love dogs, so they're on there because they want to walk dogs, and they come and do that. Well, I wouldn't expect, they wouldn't expect me to do something that I don't know how to do, that they may want done. So their time is banked. And then when they need something done, they go on the time bank and they find somebody who loves to do what they need. And they use their 1 hour up and get that person over. So it's a swap of time with no expectation of reciprocation and stuff like that. So I'm looking into that for a couple of years, bringing it forward. So take a look at it. It's timebank.org. And it's mostly in the USA. So I'm having a hard time bringing it up here to Canada. So that's another one that's really, really good. Who do we have? Chuck. Come on up, Chuck.
Do I have to up, Chuck?
You've been waiting for that. I can tell.
I've never said it before, I promise.
Oh, there you go.
I think this is a wonderful idea for us because we all of us have kind of a bunker mentality. I fight my family, and my friends complain that my 7 3/4 hat size is an awful lot of tin foil, and it's a pain, you know. But to actually get out there and throw something out there and get something positive for it, it's kind of like we're starting early in a way. And I think it's something that'll grow. I know if I get people, I don't care if there's 10 and there was a bazillion people there, that's 10 more than I have. And it's
Absolutely.
and you can also start to figure out what works.
Yeah.
You know, and you can feel effective. I think it's a wonderful thing for everybody.
Yeah, it was
us.
a great idea. That's why I wanted Tom to share it here, because it's amazing. Kindness can just go so far. It can spread around the whole world. So,
Well, and we're being asked to spread this joy, and what better way to do it? And you know, the other thing too, Chuck, with your comment is the importance of sharing those ideas and those successes. If one person is having success with something that's working, well, darned if we shouldn't all be trying to do it. And if we keep doing that, even at a small scale that it could possibly be, how much of an impact could that have to just shift this whole universal picture into something more joyous and just happiness, and where we all really want to go and we all want to be. But you're not doing it for them, basically. You're just allowing them to visualize the smile on their face, but then they visualize the smile of being able to receive something. It's kind of like a gift that they're not expecting, you know. But great thought, really great thoughts.
I love it.
This is why we're here.
You bet. Go ahead, Amanta, and then we'll close this one up.
I got another synchronicity for you, Dom. I love that you brought this up because I literally did a video on my social media today about not the anonymous messaging, but just going out and spreading joy and really just the small things, having the gratitude. I was continuing, I was done with my 30 days. And so I was continuing that. And what I found halfway through the month when we started doing these trainings is I was starting to do on my, now this idea isn't for everybody, but I was starting to do again, like maybe like 3-4 videos a week on my personal page, just with like, you know, things that, you know, people, tips that people would want to know, uplifters, talks from the heart. I called them talks from the heart. And people love stories, and people, it draws them in and it uplifts them. And only with the intention, it's all about intention. So only with the intention of, you know, spreading joy, of, you know, uplifting people, and it's working. And I know like some people do want to remain anonymous, but I don't know if I've told you guys this, but Amanta is not my real name. So that's why I have, you know, I don't mind doing it, but you know, it's just funny that this got brought up because I was already sort of doing something like that too. So this is really cool. I'm open to all of these ideas. And, you know, sometimes just something as simple as, if you don't mind, you know, depending upon your view of if you want to jump on the social media, just spreading joy through a video and just sharing that. That's kind of like the words, but not anonymous per se. Spreading joy that way, because some people are getting in people's inbox in the same way. I had discussed this earlier, Dom. That was the synchronicity with another group that I'm in about just sending messages of joy, but it wasn't anonymously necessarily. So.
And it's so awesome. I mean, it really is. And the synchronicity is so true, right? Whether we want to believe it or not, it's all synchronized. It's all, there are no coincidences. You know, I would like to challenge this group. Maybe have Barbara Energy and Darren do a green screen of a candle for us the next time we get together. And then maybe I can learn how to do green screen, and I'll do that myself too. But whatever it takes to see the smiles, this is what I'm talking about. It's the smiles. It's the joyous approach to this picture. And someone had made the comment, Chuck, I don't know if it was you or not, that we could do this in the membership, because there are probably currently a lot of members that could use it. And at a time where we can offer this, I think it could just be beneficial for them, that then kind of reciprocates that back to us. Because of course, as you share, you always receive. That's part of the universe's picture. So just really good stuff.
That's great,
Turning
because
it to
we could cross-pollinate from the other places we are back here.
We can be busy bees. I love the idea. I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely. So we will get on that, won't we, guys? Who's ready to do that? He really wants to dive in and do that. There you go, Dom. Idea going. That's the way we do it. Thank you.
so we have the power. So why not? We can do it.
Okay. All right, I'm going to share a gift from Amanda and I to all of you, the people who take time out of your day and your night to come here and share and raise your spiritual vibration, share your beautiful beings. So, you know me and technology. Let's see what we can do with this. We're going to go share screen. I want you to kick back and just feel and listen to this. This is our gift to all of you from Amanda and I tonight. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Noise and taste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater, lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness, beyond the wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars.
Eagle, you're all. We are all. We have the right to be here. And we're focused. We're ready to be here. We're here at the time that we're meant to be. And so I appreciate, and Amanda, I can speak for Amanda, Tracy, and Dawn. We all appreciate you being here and showing up and bringing your whole being forward. So thank you. How you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing good.
You're good? All right.
Yeah.
So the topic tonight, can you remind me what it was?
We are going to talk about a few things. We're talking about powerful protection in the basic spiritual toolkit. And also, we had asked them to write out their ideas for what they want for permissions and protections.
Yes, I knew there was something there. So how many people? Oh, look at Barbara. She's already on it. Look at that. You're so talented.
Oh, she's got the candle back there.
Got the candle going. Beautiful. Right on. Now that is divine action. See? I love it. All right. So we were going to talk about permissions and protections for the new Telegram room. Is that right? Did anybody prepare anything? Okay. Rhonda's got some stuff. All right, so let's take the first 5 people that raise their hands to give us some information on what they would like to have in permissions and protections for the Telegram room.
Rhonda, you can go on ahead. Okay, there you go. You got your hand up.
Okay. Go ahead, Amanda.
I lost it because I don't have my chat room up. Sherry missed the last Zoom, so I can give her a rundown. We talked about a spiritual focus room that we're going to open, and there will be permissions and protections for the room. So it will not be a room where we post a bunch of outside stuff as far as like political and things like that, but we're actually, it's for you guys, so you guys get to tell us what you want for the room, basically, as far as permissions and protections, because that's the most important thing. Is we want everyone to grow spiritually and get in the right mindset according to what you consider as your right mindset. or Heartset, I should say Heartset. And we'll take it from there. So Rhonda, you actually had your hand up first before you had your hand up. So go on ahead.
Yeah, just for me, it was pretty simple, protections against like shaming, condensation, and any foul language. Really, those are the three things that came to mind. I know that, there's usually some pretty standard protections that are up before pages, but I guess that came to mind because I had an experience today and I thought, yeah, needs to be really clear about when we talk that we're not using a condescending tone or shaming type of language.
I totally agree. 1000%, Mom. Should be no put downs, no shaming, and no judgment. If there's something that affects you, then DM the person, ask for clarity, and straighten it out outside the room. How about that? I like those. What do you think, Amanda?
Yeah, I'm writing it down as we go.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Rhonda.
I just think it's so funny how these things come up and you set like an intention and just kind of almost forget about it. And then all of a sudden you have an experience. It's like, oh yeah, I want to, and I just thought I'd share that. Thank you.
Thank you. They're great ones.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, Much, you're next.
Hey, Amanda
Hi.
and Patricia, how are you?
Hi,
Great,
good.
Mike. How are you?
Okay, good. Okay, so similar to Rhonda, no outside links of a political nature. I think we've discussed that. Protect the privacy of the individuals in the room. I know Telegram has its permissions and stuff, but that was one of the things. I think it should be made invite only, so only people who have, kind of are in the group should be part of the group basically. And, if we want to invite, I don't know how we're going to do it, but yeah, just thinking it should be invite only, not anyone can just jump on, just to protect the integrity and, the connections within the group. Only high frequency content. So whether it be messaging or videos, let's keep it like really high, really high positive. And again, agree with Rhonda, no gossiping or slandering of anyone, really important. And really just have an overall respect for other people's backgrounds. Everybody's coming from different walks of life, and we're going to be, actually be tested in that area, once we, start this new, kick off this new golden age. So yeah, just respect for people's backgrounds and where people are coming from. So that's it.
I love that. I was personally thinking, but wanted to share this out with everyone, if we should just keep it a private room for the Zoom participants for the first couple of weeks until we get our feet on the ground, and then decide how we want to expand from there, but decide as a group how we want to expand from there. Would that be okay?
I'm up for that.
Okay. All right. I don't want to close off so other members can't be a part of it, but I think you're right. We're building a relationship in here, and that relationship, we should start the room and feel it out and, secure it, build a good foundation, and then open it up as we all feel comfortable to. So thank you for that.
No problem.
Thank you. All right, Ozark Jewel.
Well, as both Much and what has already been said, what I had written down was a private room, much like Ron's YouTube, where members are sent a link or whatever to get in or invited in. It's just not open to the general public. And so I agree with what Patricia just said, is to mostly, I guess it's because we want like-minded, high frequency people that are on the same page, that have been doing this, that made the commitment, so that we keep that level of integrity and that high frequency, because we're all trying to get somewhere. And maybe, like Patricia said, you know, after a few weeks, if there's others that have an interest, but by invitation.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. Thank you, Ozark. Sounds like there's some alignment in what people are wanting in this room. I like feeling the alignment that's coming with what you're sharing. Go ahead, Amanda. Where are you? I keep looking for Amanda. She's all over the screen.
I'm up top. I was responding to
Okay.
Maggie
Okay.
in the chat. She said, would it be okay to have people mute themselves because there's noise in the background? And I'm wondering if it's me, because I have my heater on, but I can turn it off. And I could also mute myself every chance I get.
I don't hear any noise coming from you, Amanda. So
Okay. All right. I don't see where anyone else has their mics open. So that's why I was thinking it could be me.
it could be my dog snoring. I apologize. Thor the snorers on over here on the floor.
It's only 21 degrees here, so I'm freezing my butt off. So I'll try there.
Okay.
I turned my heater off.
All right.
All right.
Let's keep going. Let's take two more and then we'll we'll give them a nice surprise. How's that?
Okay. Diana Thomas, you want to go next? Don't forget to unmute yourself.
I think she's trying to.
I'm trying.
Just get it.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
No, I was just going to say content that supports our highest and best good. That's all.
Absolutely, yes. Yes. That's a
Okay.
must.
Yes, thank you, Diana. Okay, right, real quick, Agraterra said, I'm a little confused on the link issue. Can you all talk about that a little? If it is a high vibe idea being shared via link, it is confusing to me why this is an issue. Please help me understand.
I'm going to need a little help with that one. Tracy, I think, knows more about that than I do, because I'm not really perfect with Telegram yet. But I think if you put something into a room with a link to it, like another Telegram group or something, bots can come in. Is that correct?
I don't know anything about bots, but what I know that, well, what I think they're asking is don't send a link to our Telegram room via Telegram.
Oh, okay.
Like, don't share the Telegram room in another Telegram room. That's how the bots find you. So you can PM somebody, but don't do it in a room.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
Sure.
Makes sense. Okay. All right, Chuck.
Yes, ma'am. I saw something that Agraterra said in the chats that I really agree with. Where it seems to kind of devolve in all of the chats is personalities. And if you stay to high-minded ideas and you give them to the group, you don't have to take ownership of them. That gets rid of that quite a bit and keeps us on a very high plane. So great idea, Agraterra.
Thank you, Chuck. Amanda, do you have any that you'd like to add? I've got a couple that I'm thinking of too.
Not so much that I want to add any kind of limitations, but I do think that when we get on the two Love One Society chats, it's very overwhelming because people carry on their personal conversations on there. So I would say that if people resonate with each other, maybe once they realize that they resonate with each other, they could private message each other. Or maybe they realize they live in the same town or same state and they want to just hook up and talk, maybe carry that conversation on in a private message. You know, that would be the only one thing I would say. And always keep high vibes. I'm all about the high vibes, always. So.
Yeah, you know, we haven't even talked about this because we were both so busy today, but look, we're on the same page again. That's why I love working with you. Yeah, you know, every once in a while, someone in our room is going to need assistance or help. And I really don't want anybody not being able to ask for what they need, but ask for what you need. And perhaps somebody in the group can DM that person. And like Amanda said, that conversation can be held outside of the room. And if any other assistance is needed, ask for what you need. I really want the room to be open to ask for what you need, but don't make it a needy room. How's that? Does that sum it up? Is that what we were thinking of?
Yeah, I see a lot of people shaking their heads, so they
okay, great.
must agree.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be, you know, needing to have someone to talk to. I also suggest maybe, you know, as you get in the group, some people have already made connections in here, make sponsor connections. Someone who's gonna, you know, pull you up when you're down or be there and just give you truth. You know, just make little sponsor connections. You can be a sponsor and you can also require a sponsor sometimes. So make those connections and help each other out. But let's not bring all the personal stuff into the group itself. And you know, so that's what I'm asking for. I want us to be loving and caring and kind.
You know, I thought of something else. I'm sorry. Were you done? I thought you were
No,
done.
I'm never done. That's why you can cut me off.
I think that we need to also remember that we're going to be leaders, you know, humanitarian leaders. We need to know how to bring solutions. And yes, we need people to talk to. We need to support one another, definitely. But also we need to challenge ourselves to bring some spiritual solutions to the table as well. And always know that we you know, we have each other, but we also need to count on ourselves. Because what if there's a time when we lose communication with everyone at some point for just a little while? We need to know how to count on ourselves and help ourselves first, and then help each other. So that's an important aspect of the spiritual group as well, I think.
Yep, I totally agree. And I see some people agreeing with you. I'm not going to point them out, but I'm going to say my heart is just really touched to have my son here. And he's sitting in here in the group for the first time. So thank you for being here, darling. And I miss you. Wish I could hug you. But thank you for being here and being a part of this. And I'm not going to embarrass you. Mama knows. But thank you for being here. Okay. All right. That touched my heart. All right. So should we actually, who has the link to our new room? Tracy, do you have it? You think how many people want to have it in the chat?
Let me find it.
Who wants it? Anybody want it? I don't see any hands. Oh, there's some hands.
Yep,
There
there's
we
some
go.
hands. Everybody's like me.
All right. This is going to be so exciting. We're also going to use the room to give out documents before Zooms so that you guys can have some preparation for the classes and things we'll be bringing forward. And also after the Zooms, you can go in there and share and communicate as well. So, you know, it will also be beneficial for the Zooms and having information. So this is going to be fun.
Well, there you go. She put it in the chat.
We have some wonderful admins lined up. We have Amanda, Tracy, Dom, Janice, and myself so far as admins for the room. So you're surrounded with solid admins. Hope that helps.
Can somebody in the chat help Susanna find the hand? She said she can't find the hand. It depends on if she's on her computer or she's on her phone, because I know they're in different spots.
This is exciting. This is really exciting. Are you excited, Amanda?
Yeah.
Oh, and we'd also, Amanda and I talked about having maybe one Telegram chat a week as well, just to touch base and go through things and let you guys have the opportunity to share and talk with each other. So we're pretty committed to get this going. How's that?
Okay, do we have all the permissions and protections worked out for the room? Because if so, we could move on.
I think that people's hands are up right now for wanting to have the room. Is that correct? So if you'd like to take your hands down from that, okay. So we will write up the permissions and protections, and if we need to, if you would like to add anything to them, let us know, and we'll have them on file in the room. Okay. So if you have anything you want to add, just put it in there, and away we go. What's this? Oh, people are joining.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, I think Susanna may be new to the room. I'm not exactly sure, but she asked if she could, how to raise her hand, and she did it. So do you know how to unmute, Susanna?
So down at the bottom of your screen, there's a microphone with a line through it. Just click on it and that'll open up your mic, Susanna. Okay, I can unmute her. I think if I can get out of here.
Or I can if you need me to. Here, I got it.
You got it? I've
Yeah.
got something up
What
in
do I
front.
do?
Okay, do it. Let's
I
do
just
it.
say ask to unmute. I guess, oh, I guess I can't. Sorry, I spoke too soon. I can ask to unmute, but I can't unmute her.
Thank you, Tracy, for putting the link in the room. We'll be kicking it off tomorrow, but you guys are all safely landed in there. Congratulations. I look forward to what the room is going to
Can I just say something?
Who's where?
Yes.
Gregory. Yeah, I think the problem is people don't see the options because they need to move the cursor, you know, the mice on the screen of the Zoom, and then everything all pops up down so they can choose whatever they want. So you need to move it and then it shows. If you just look, you won't see it. But when you put the cursor on the screen, it shows up. So they can choose from reactions, whatever.
Okay,
they
I
want to
just
do.
put it in the
She's-
chat.
I
I
think
got it.
people,
No problem.
some people don't know
she's-
that.
Thank you,
It
beautiful.
doesn't,
Thank
at least
you.
in my case, it doesn't show. So
Okay.
that helps.
Thank
She
you,
said she's-
Egregeta.
Yeah, she says she's sitting next to her husband. She can't speak right now.
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome. Wow. This is great. We're getting some stuff done tonight. So, okay, Jan, come on up here, love.
Hi.
Right.
I am not techie to Zoom and the chat room thing. So I understand that Tracy shared the link, but do we go there now? Do we keep it? Do we write it down? Or I don't know what the link is for, or is it on Zoom or is it on Telegram? I need some explanation is all.
Go ahead, Amanda.
It's
I'm a techie.
Telegram.
I'm a dummy.
It's
No,
it's
you're not. You're a
Telegram.
beautiful being. Delete that.
Yeah. You can copy and paste that into the Telegram. You can go on there and go straight into there. But I'm not, I don't know how to explain it to you. Anyone?
I'll do it. Okay.
Does it
So
say-
let me help you guys really quick, an easy way for anybody. Sorry, I'm dealing with my dog. So, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. For those of you who don't know how to do this, I'm going to put it on the important links document next to the Tuesday actually I'll put it next to the Thursday spiritual focus training. Whoops.
Okay, but
See.
that'll open it for everyone, won't it?
Well, I'm telling you guys this right now so you can grab it.
Okay.
But nobody's going to pay attention to the spiritual focus training unless they're in the spiritual focus training, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, so I'll keep this up for 24 hours or maybe less, because you guys don't need 24 hours, right?
No.
Let's just make sure everybody gets this link by the end of the night. So I'll take it down in the morning when I wake up, but right now it's on the important links document next to the spiritual focus training 4 o'clock. So you guys can grab it and just click on it and it will bring you to the room.
Hey guys, sorry to jump in, but I have one of the people on the chat saying that she's tried to click on the button to join and it doesn't work. What do we do there?
Well, let me see. It
Well,
does. I just clicked on it. It says open Telegram and then it says join group and you click on that and it will open Telegram.
Yeah, she's saying that she's at that point, but when she goes to click the blue button, it's not working for her to join.
Do you have
Gotcha.
Telegram on your
Oh, sorry.
computer?
Yeah, I'd have to ask her that.
Somebody says they don't have Telegram. Is that the lady we're talking to? Yeah.
Well, then they can't join the group until they get Telegram. So you
Yeah.
can go on telegram.com and you can download Telegram on your device.
She's saying she is on Telegram.
Okay, well, shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say
Oh,
because
wait a
I
minute.
just
No,
tried
now
it.
she's saying no, she's not. Okay, so I got her from here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So
you,
what's
Dom.
the name of the group?
Spiritual focus.
focus.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to find it by name because it's a private group.
Right.
So you can't search it. You have to have a link. And we're not going to put the link on Telegram anywhere. But it's on the important links document. And if
Okay.
you have a problem joining, then we'll talk about it again on Tuesday. Is that all right?
Sounds good to me. Or DM Amanda or I, and we can get the link to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the password will be Zoom. Just kidding. It's not funny, is it, Amanda?
It was funny.
You just have to know me and passwords. You just don't mix at all. So there's no password. You just click on it and go into the room. And yeah, let's not give it out at the moment. Let's just keep it amongst the Zoom participants for now. Okay, Ananda, did you have your hand up, love?
Yeah, I was just wondering if and if not, that's fine, but would it be okay for me to share the link in the admin commands group? Not the regular one, Tracy, just the admin ones, or do you want to keep it out of there for now even?
That would, I mean, if they participate in these meetings,
Some of them, yeah.
well, it's only for the people who are doing the spiritual focus training. So you
Okay.
don't need to put it in their group. They just need to show up to a meeting, just like when I do the kickbacks with you guys after the commands. I'm not putting that up on the replay. I'm only putting the commands on the replay.
Okay.
I just want to incentivize people to come to live training. So
Okay. All right, that's fine.
thank you though.
Yep.
Okay, Patricia, you ready to?
I'm ready. Are you
Okay.
ready? All right,
Yeah.
so I just want to make sure everybody's okay with that. Dawn, were you able to help that person?
Yeah, I sent her information. She's, I believe, working on it now.
Thank you. You and Tracy rock. Thank you so much for all your support and help. Love you both. All right, so here I want to do some stuff. Amanda and I are going to do some stuff. We're going to ask you some questions, and just have you raise your hand. I want to get down to spiritual gifts. I want to get down to how many people in the room are aware of their spiritual gifts right now and are confident with them? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hands up. Awesome. Now, how many people are aware of their physical gifts at this time and are confident sharing them? Awful lot of hands up. How many people are aware of their spiritual gifts but are not confident using them right now? Thank you. Awesome. How many people have been stopped in the last 2 years with what's been going on with society in being able to use their physical gifts and the confidence of using them to be of service right now? How many people? Okay, all hands down. Chuck. Your hand's still up, buddy. All right, let's go with the clean slate. How many people do not feel validated as a spiritual being in their life?
Can
Now,
you just
I
expand
don't
on
mean
that a
by
little
our
bit? Okay.
okay, yeah, a little depth. I don't mean by yourself, but let's say by family. You've had to almost live a double life with your spirituality. How many people have gone through that in their lifetime right now? And keep your hands up if you have not allowed that to dim your light. If you have not allowed that to dim your light, and then look at you guys. Do you guys see how beautiful you are? Like, do you see how amazing you are? All right, let's go with the clean slate. Clean slate, hands down. How many people know in the depths of their heart and soul that this is about to change? That spirituality will be the norm. How many people know that with your heart and soul? And how many people are excited? Excited. when Amanda and I were starting this Zoom, the purpose and intent was to allow the bridge to be created to where we're going spiritually, where we already are. But some of us have been put on hold and we've had to put ourselves in little tiny boxes and not shine. And when we had the opportunity to shine with somebody else on the planet, we just beamed it so bright. Now we had an energy hangover afterwards, right? So here we are. This group here, I feel so honored. And Amanda and I've talked about this a few times. I feel so honored because when we talked last time on the Zoom, I asked how many people in here have been aware of your spiritual being for over 20 years, and a huge majority of you have. So this group is the group that I really feel confident will bridge the way and then lead the gap into the golden age of humanity. Is that how you see and feel yourselves? Yes or no? Amazing. So let's do it. Let's assist each other. In this room, let's become links of light, leading the way. I know a lot of beings in here are exhausted and tired, but it doesn't matter how exhausted and tired you are. You have that spark. You have that love. You have that part of the Creator that has never been turned down, turned away, or turned off. Is that right? Doesn't matter how tired you are. You're here. You're breathing. You got a soul and a spirit, and you got love to share. And you want to be, who wants to be in service of the Prime Creator? Every second I come here is worth it. I love working with others who love the Creator. It's an amazing feeling, isn't it? All right. So how are we going to do this? First of all, we're going to take a look at some basic spiritual gifts. What if I told you your spiritual gifts actually come from the passion of your heart? What is your divine passion in being of service to others? You know, if you can't hammer a nail, you're not going to want to be the carpenter, right? What is the passion in your heart? How you love to share and be of service. That is the base of your spirituality. That is the base of your spiritual gifts. So, how many people have tried on so many different hats? Not sure, but wanting to know how others do things in order to validate yourself. I've done it. I've definitely done it. Because when you're a beautiful, beaming soul full of love, wanting to be of service, not being validated, you start looking outside for validation. You start looking to find, oh, wow, I had a dream about this. Maybe I'm empathic. Maybe I'm this. Maybe I'm that. Right? And that's how many have spent their journey trying to find out who they are, right? Going to those places where you could talk about spirit a little bit, right? and nobody thought you were nuts, right? Here in this group, talk about it. Talk about it. There is no right or wrong. I invite you all to share your beauty. Let's remove some of the scars of not knowing, and let's feel them and heal them with our own glow and our own love and our own light. And let's take a look and see, holy cow, what's Maggie do? Oh, wow, unreal. Can't wait to see more. Darren, what did you say you did again? Holy cow. That is the excitement. So, who is actually in fear? In fear of their own power and worthiness right now? Who are you? Don't be shy. Karen, how may we assist?
What's that?
She said, how may we assist? She said.
How may we assist?
Okay.
And thanks for being brave. Thank you for sharing. I love you. You're the one that did the documentation, right?
Yep. I
Okay.
could see into the computer.
Yes.
I could see the layers and the timestamps of when everyone was entering their documentation. It happened to me not just once, it happened to me a few times. And every time I went, whoa, like I literally felt like I leaned in and I could see further into the computer.
Okay.
So that was a very strange thing. So it was like all like the numbers were all at different slots for time entry.
Okay, can I work with you on this? Are you open for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is this new to you?
Yeah, that was when I was at the hospital. So that's since then I'm not there anymore. So
Okay, so that you were in fear of what you were actually seeing and going through?
well, when I was going through actual charts, I could actually see the entries being entered, or because I was reviewing each chart for documentation. I had to comb through everything from the beginning of when the patient was admitted to all the way through to either when they expired, or and looking for particular documentation of like doctor's orders.
Okay.
And so a lot of it was entered in the verbiage. So as I was going through things, a lot of it was grids. I could actually see into the grids. And because I was looking for start times, finish times, I actually was looking for restraints. And I could see the actual, like everything was layered all the way through. And so it reminded me of movies I would see where there was glass and you could see like all the different layers through. And this was all happening just on this little screen I was looking at. And I literally leaned forward and I could see further in. I was like, oh. So I didn't know what at that point. That was early, like right when I was going through everything with when COVID had started. So I wasn't sure what I was seeing. So, and then it happened to me again. And I didn't know. And that when it happened to me a second time, I thought somebody else was using me to see something they needed to see.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was the other way around. They were watching me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at that point, I was in a place that I knew it wasn't safe at all around me. So, my bosses were the director of patient safety. I had the coordinator taking all of the incident reports behind me. And I had regulation right behind me on top of that, and coordinator of compliance. So that was all that was there. So it was just a very strange thing for me to see, and I didn't know how to have that explain that.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that and with such clarity. Let's take a look at, obviously I'm getting a lot of hits from what you were going through on your emotional body level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And your intellectual mind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And during a time, with all of that happening on so many different levels of your own being, is it possible that you were actually seeing this through those different levels of your own being in pure clarity?
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
Well,
that I've had a lot of other things, no coincidences in every step, kind of lead me to the next thing and the next thing. So
okay. Can I ask, is there anything that you're leaving out? That you're leaving out in your spiritual awareness because the experience is past tense now?
In my spiritual awareness of leaving out, like, well, for the most part, I felt there was, every day I went into that place, I felt there was somebody walking behind me, like protecting me.
Okay.
And I always thought I would feel the presence of something much larger than me when I walked down that hallway. That was, and I always envisioned it as just huge, huge wings that were like literally like dragging along the ceiling. They were so big. And when I walked into that was like protection right behind me. Like every time I sat right there. So maybe I was being assisted.
Okay, fair enough. Those are your answers. I can't give you your answers, but I can help you obtain some clarity if you like. So have you ever been out in nature walking or standing by the ocean and all of a sudden you see different layers of the water or the sky or the nature around you? Okay.
Yeah.
Was other than the fear, the emotional body and the intellectual body, was there any variance or difference in how you could see in the computer than how you could see in the water, clouds, and nature?
Oh, I guess it was pretty close to the same. Yeah, it's pretty close to the same.
Okay. So here's what I invite you to do. I invite you to, because it felt like when you were explaining, something was looking through you, right? Not just at you and watching you, but something was looking through you. That happens to me when I know that I'm looking at things or having a very high spiritual experience where my soul is actually working in and through the physical with me. Would that fit for you at all?
Yes. Yes.
So what I invite you to do is to know that whatever purpose and intent that you had with, and I think I mentioned to you before about record keepers. Was it was you that I communicated that message?
Yes.
Okay, so record keepers are not the ones who disclose or blow the trumpet or get the information anywhere but in the record keeping. Okay, so those with your divine gifts of record keeping, you've just explained to the group here how a divine record keeper works. We hear that the stones are record keepers and the whales are the record keepers, and some humanitarians are record keepers as well. And how those layers are actually put in by divine guidance and energy. So I invite you to sit by the water or sit in the park and revisit that experience again in that way. And ask your soul what this divine gift is, because it's a pretty brilliant one. And so if you can remove the fear of that experience, then you can have more clarity with that spiritual gift. Would that work for you?
That would work for me.
All right.
I have one more question.
But I was going to say thank you, and I'm going to say thank you for being
a
record keeper, because it is what is divinely overlooked as a gift, and it will be much needed in the golden age of mankind, because our records and information are being destroyed. And it will be ones that carry your gift that will preserve it for us. So thank you for that, because my grandchildren will be able to see the truth through beings like you. So thank you. I'll ask you.
Thank you.
If you like.